first we're going to start broad.
Okay.
Which is just like, what kind of brands or businesses do you think Gorgias would be good for?
I think Gorgias is beneficial for brands starting up, looking for, a system that's going to allow them to focus on strategy and growth. There's a lot of inquiries that come through on a day-to-day basis, whether it's product related, order status, right? There's always going to be technical fronts, but what Gorgias allows is, their automate and their AI, which is newly coming out. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know if that was too early or not. What it allows is those smaller teams, right? Because in those initial stages of a startup, it's really important that, you have people doing multiple things, multiple departments running around. So any sort of ticketing or inquiries that you can offload through automation to allow your team to focus on those bigger strategy and growth periods, I think is extremely beneficial. So for us with Gorgias, we found that during those earlier stages, our team was able to deflect, anywhere between 500 to 1,500 tickets a month, which, realistically is 2 to 3 salaries, right? So it's not only benefiting you from a time standpoint, but also from a financial standpoint as well.
This will apply especially if, you can think of July like pre and post Gorgias.
Yeah.
But how has Gorgias impacted the CX?
Gorgias has impacted our CX team from multiple things, right? I think the first one is the advancement in a tech front. My team actually really enjoys, the options and the flexibility from a process standpoint, an automation standpoint, and from a statistical standpoint, actually allowing to see what these numbers are on not only a day-to-day basis, a fortnightly basis, a monthly basis. It allows them to see where we're at and where we need to grow to. So from a statistical standpoint, I think it's really beneficial for the team. Secondly is obviously that time efficiency with automate and the world of AI now, it's allowing those team members to, what I like to do is try give avenues of growth because, at the end of the day, I don't think anyone wants to wake up in the morning and do 200 tickets all day, every day, right? There's going to get periods where, you want to focus on other things that have more impact. Ticketing is only one part of the front line of experience. I think those core people that have a lot of ambition and want to grow, they really want to focus on the processes and the strategy that you put in place. So with Gorgias, it's allowed our CX team to have that time in the afternoons where the morning could be a ticketing focus, the afternoon could be based around like project and strategy, which I think once any sort of employee hits a certain stage in their life, they want to be doing those bigger impact projects.
Yeah, somebody was talking yesterday about how, specifically AI agent is almost like a tool for retention on a CX.
For sure.
And I thought that was like an interesting argument because I could tell you all of like the business case.
Yeah.
But I hadn't really thought about it as like retention.
Yeah. I've even used it in a sense of like I've said it so many times yesterday, but I've actually hired one of my team members as a CX automation lead. So I've actually created this role actually out of Gorgias Automate because if it's now contributing to 30 to 35% of our business, that's something that needs to be monitored and maintained. So it's not only giving this person a new sense of, drive and ambition because this is the first of its role, like I just made up the role, but it's also giving them a sense of responsibility now as well. So I think it's quite a special thing when you can get them excited about Gorgias and the platform itself, but also the opportunity that it brings to the team in turn.
Yeah, obviously we're chatting about AI a lot. What would you say to brands that are hesitant about AI?
Yeah, I think I've sort of repeated it, though I think it really is important that I look at AI as an opportunity. I think a lot of people got to remember that you can control what you want AI to do. It's not like you press go and then AI takes over your whole CX and your whole ticketing platform. The main thing is whether you invest into the coding, the initial setup, you will have full control and full reins of what that AI is going to do, right? So for myself, where I see a lot of opportunity for July is those general product inquiries, those order status related questions. Those processes and SOPs that we can put in place and embed to the AI, we can sit here comfortably and know that if the customer asks a question to us about what is the capacity of your July carry-on suitcase, we can sit here and have the confidence that the AI is going to have the information and documentation to read that. So it's just about really putting it in the position that's best suited to your business, right? There might be some businesses that see it as something they want to run through their flows or their quick responses, and they believe that AI can benefit their warranty claim process. There's others that just want to deflect it from a general standpoint of those general inquiry questions. And so I think that as long as you understand of what your true goal is of AI and what you want it to do that best suits your business, there's no scary situation here, like I said. So I think people need to remember that once you press AI, it's not like everything's gone. It's there to just be your sidekick and, you know, best benefit what you want for the business.
Yeah, I think like you know, in my mind it's like a gradient.
Yeah.
You know, like what degree?
Yeah. Like we just hired someone, and like I was saying to the team, like we've actually just hired 2 new people with this gorgeous AI agent. Like we've actually just gotten two new team members, and same thing, we can put it in the best position. Like I put my internal team in that position, right? If I've given this CX automation lead this role and this position to grow in automation, I can do the same with AI, and I can be like, hey, your role and your avenue is for our general inquiry tickets and our order size tickets, and you own that space.
Yeah.
It's just about putting it in that position, right?
So July participated in the beta launch of AI.
That's right.
Yeah. Can you speak to the experience of setting up AI agent? Like
Yeah.
What you know, timeline, ease, that sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, during our initial setup, I think the first thing that we did is obviously just review all the features and the initial configuration. So myself and our automation lead sat down, and firstly, before even really going through and ticking or starting to play around with the features, we wanted to set out like a mission and objectives of what we just wanted this AI to do. So what was important for us at July. So an initial important part is that we wanted our customers to know that they were speaking to an AI agent, right? So we named our agent Rupert, right? So July's Collingwood HQ is on Rupert Street, and our AI agent is Rupert the July AI concierge, right? And I think that initial understanding of that, we wanted our customers to know that we are transitioning in the world of AI, and the people that are going to be talking to us from our customer standpoint, they're not going to be shocked or thrown off guard once they realize, right? Because there's always going to be that follow-up of a real life agent coming through if they need be. Once we understood what we wanted out of the AI agent, the second thing that we went through and focused on is the tone of voice. At July, we feel like we have a specific style of how we communicate to our customers. So we wanted to make sure that the AI agent match that. You know, I think with CX, it's extremely important that your team has consistency with the language. You don't want to feel like you're talking to 3 different people from 3 different brands once you reach out. So we focused on the tone of voice of the AI. And then thirdly, we were going through the testing, right? And seeing like what categories we felt were best suited for July and testing the responses out of that. And we found incredible results from the initial standpoint, which gave us not only, you know, a sense of satisfaction that we were onto the right path, but a sense of opportunity. And we saw that, wow, we've barely even spent 15 minutes focusing on the coding or just investing into this feature, and it's already doing things that, you know, we know are going to be beneficial. So from there to now, our team has spent a lot of time in really embedding what we want out of a category standpoint, a tone of voice standpoint, even from a market standpoint, where we feel, you know, once you hit a global scale, what's best suited to that market? Is it AI? Is it not AI? What's the tone of voice that AI uses? And yeah, I feel like now we've sort of found that formula of what we think is going to be best suited for July. And, you know, we're excited to see that also improve our overall performance metrics as well.
Was there anything that surprised you about it?
I honestly think the tone of voice was something that I was quite standoffish from it initially, because I've previously worked with some AI betas in the past, and as much information as they can give, they can come off quite robotic and quite formal. And for us at July, it's extremely important that we want to make sure that we come off as personable and we showcase true emotions and true language to our customers, because things do happen. Things aren't always perfect, right? But as long as we acknowledge that, it's extremely important. So we were quite surprised to see how AI was able to read those customers' emotions and their frustrations and acknowledge those through responses. So I thought that was extremely impressive.
And so for this one, I was having people saying like there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to ask everyone today, but do you think that AI is making CX more or less human?
Less what, sorry?
Like, do you think AI and CX is making, or do you think AI is making CX more or less human?
I mean, yeah, I think it's a tough one to sort of, it really just depends on your business and what service that you're providing, right? So for us, I think that, like I said, my goal is to put AI in the perfect position so that it still comes off as that human persona, right? Whatever categories and whatever sort of structure you put in place for your AI, I think will best suit you, because I don't think anyone wants it to be less human, right? There's no customer out there that goes, I prioritize speaking to an AI, you know, tech feature compared to a real life human. I think everyone wants to talk to a real life human, right? But there's also, different fringe scenarios and inquiries that come through. And if we can feel like we're still giving that personality and that tone of voice, but can still give that context for a general inquiry, while our real life HQ or core agents are focusing on, higher amplified tickets, I feel like, it's a bit of both, right? So I don't think that, like I said, there's a less or a more. I'm sort of repeating myself, but I just feel like it's about how you balance it and what your brand needs. And like I said, if it's not for you, you press a button, you turn it off and you move forward. So yeah, I think it's about what you sort of need as a business.
Final question would be, why do you continue to choose Gorgias? Like obviously there's a lot of CX platforms.
Yeah.
What is it about Gorgias that makes you stay or?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things, right? I think the first one is that Gorgias listens. Ever since we've been partnered with Gorgias, our CSM, as well as the external team around of Gorgias, they've listened to what I've had to say. And when you partner, as your business grows and you scale, you work with hundreds of partners in completely different departments, right? But the ones that actually truly listen to what you're saying as a client and understand what you need, because at the end of the day, everyone sort of wants their own business to be prioritized. And to do that with a company that works with hundreds of thousands of business, I think is quite special. So we feel like we're heard at July, and that's why we stick with Gorgias. The second part is that we feel like Gorgias avoids complacency. Ever since I've been with a company, it feels like they're just consistently going on the right path upwards. I don't feel like there's been a period of, 3 to 6 months where it's just been the same thing, right? So a perfect example is showcasing your product roadmap for your clients to see what you guys believe is coming up, while also allowing suggestions to be put through. I think it's a pretty special thing as well. So for us, I think being heard and the company also avoiding that complacency and wanting to grow like our business does as well, it just aligns for a perfect partnership.